Why community is important in sex addiction recovery. That's our topic today. If you're a sex addict, you want to watch this because it might help you to navigate why this is an important part for you to get and stay free from sex addiction the rest of your life. I've been free for over 36 years. You deserve that, and community is part of it. Understanding it is our topic for today. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. If you have a question, put it in the box and we'll get back to you. So stay with us as we talk about this very important topic. Why community is important in sex addiction recovery. You know, when you're a sex addict, you do a lot in isolation. You have a secret world. No one knows what's going on, and you can become very isolated. Actually, one of the symptoms of any addiction is that you begin to make a smaller world and isolate socially, isolate from things you used to do, and depend more and more on the addiction for your needs to be met. Kind of in a false way, but that's what happens. Now, the beauty of community goes back to our human development. You know, you have dependency where you need your parents, you have independency where you can pay your bills, but you choose to be in a relationship, and then you have interdependency, where you're your own adult and you can be in healthy relationships if you choose to be, not choose to be, and you can make decisions together and that kind of stuff. Now, what the 12-step model has done has brought community to addiction. Millions of men and women on multiple continents with multiple types of addiction, from food, sex, porn, gambling, cocaine, codependency, adult children, have walked through the 12 steps as a way to heal the addiction process. But what's actually happening is a couple things. One, it's giving you the gift of community, which is you're not alone, okay? Community gives you the benefit of learning from other people's hearts and mistakes and hearing them talk one to another and kind of getting from the tribe the information you need to navigate where you are. Okay, if you just go to a meeting, in AA they say there's 3 times to go to a meeting: when you want to, when you don't want to, and 8 o'clock. You become principle based. You start setting a principle instead of your emotions. Well, I don't feel like going. Okay, go. I feel like going, go. It's 8 o'clock, go. You start setting yourself up to start thinking principle instead of emotionally. If you're doing everything in your life like addicts do, based on your feelings, well, I feel like it, I don't feel like it, they can't tell me what to do, there shouldn't be a rule that way, blah, blah, blah. I should be able to not have any consequences. You're still kind of in that child state. Community is a way for you to help mature. To hear other men and women solve their problems differently, more thoroughly, be able to share their feelings, identify their higher power, identify their community, who they lean on when there is temptation. Now, if you're trying to do recovery all by yourself, let me just save you some time. I've been working with sex addicts for over 35 years. I've been sober for 36 myself, okay? And I built my own community and done recovery. I get that. But over 35 years, I've worked with millionaires, many famous people, many people just doing their regular jobs, or they're owning their regular companies, doing their life. And not one over 35 years have gotten better by themselves. Not one. And the people who relapse after they come for intensive are the people that do it by themselves. Almost all the time. They don't make phone calls. They don't go to group. We have what we call the 5 C's. Pray in the morning, read literature, go to group, make a phone call, pray at night. Those 5 C's can be super helpful in you having a tradition to help you move in recovery, and community is part of that. Without community, your chances of success are really dim. Don't try to be the cowboy here. You need help. If you could stop by yourself, you wouldn't be an addict. And if you've tried and failed and promised and failed, and maybe you even had time in between and failed again, you're an addict. Accept that. Don't go trying to bargain with it. Just accept, okay, I'm an addict. I need help. And then get into the appropriate support group. Do the workbooks, the 100 exercises, do your step work, and start making progress with a team. Addiction's one of the things in life that if you have, It forces you to become interdependent. It forces you to grab another person's hand and let them pull you up sometimes. It gives you that safety net that you're not doing life by yourself. And so if you run into a temptation at a grocery store, you can call someone and say, hey, I just saw something, I need to get out of here. This is what's going on with me. Or you get triggered by your own hurt, anger, past, trauma, whatever it is, you have someone to talk to about it. Now, community is really important. Now, if you have sexual trauma, like 80% of sex addicts do, get some counseling. You know, you can come do an intensive, you can do the neuromodulation. There's lots of stuff to help you if you've been traumatized. Sex addiction is very important for you to understand. If you haven't watched our YouTube, 6 Types of Sex Addicts, go to that, watch that. It'll help you know what type of sex addict you are. But no matter what type you are, community is absolutely necessary. You can play games with yourself forever. I've got this, I can stop whenever I want. And how many times have you failed? If you are important, if you have worth, you need community. If your marriage has worth, you need community. If your children have worth, you need community. And yes, it's humbling to be in that room for the first 1 or 2 times. But after you realize that these people aren't judging you, and that they're actually going to help you, they're going to be there for you, you develop some of the most significant relationships in your life. And that's important to get you not only through recovery, but to get you to build a quality of life, spiritually, emotionally, financially, sexually, all of it. And you deserve that. Now, I know you might have failed yourself. I know you might have guilt and shame. And if someone really knew me, they wouldn't love me. Those are lies. Community helps you destroy the lies you're believing with all your heart that need to be broken so you can believe the truth. You are lovable no matter what you've done. You can heal no matter how sick you feel. You can trust others even though your trust has been broken. These are things you learn in community and you don't learn them anywhere else. Now, if you have yet to subscribe to our channel, please do that. If you have a question, put it in the box. We want to hear from you. I really want you to have a complete recovery and be whole and be free from sexual addiction. I've been for over 36 years now. You deserve that, but you have to work with it in community. So please do that. You deserve that. And please go watch all the other YouTubes about sex addiction to help you heal and for your spouse to heal.